All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, just sitting here drinking my morning coffee. Thought I would check in with people, see how things are going in here. All right, see if anybody comes in while I'm getting my coffee. It's going to be bench pressing and chest and triceps this morning. So, we'll see how that goes. Had a lot of stuff going yesterday, so I ended up not doing like a second live last night. I just did my one in the morning, my blog, my walking one, and I didn't have time to get it done. We'll see what happens. Today I have a podcast I've got to do at some point today. That'll be coming out. So Cactus said, "What's up, Cactus?" I'm just waking up, man. On coffee. It's my first real cup. Technically, half a cup in because I started this one. All right. I started this one and then topped it up and said, let's sit down and do a coffee chat. Try to message people and clients real quick. Yes, I'm aware it's a massive coffee cup. This is my phone for scale. Right. But what's crack-a-lacking, people? I don't come in here with a topic. It's just a coffee chat, I figure. Why is coffee bad? Bad in what way? What evidence do you have? Andrew Sano says, I sometimes take whey concentrate. Okay. What's the problem with that? It's a good or a bad thing? I mean, I think most people who lift take whey at this point in the game. Pretty normal. Right? Not a big deal, man. It's what people do. That's what I take whey concentrate. All that optimal nutrition I do is concentrate. All right. You guys going to be lively or not? We're going to get anything interesting. I've been lining on coffee for the past. You mean living on coffee? Well, that's not good, man. You need some other food in your system, bro. Why you doing just coffee? You're gonna lose muscles. You better be getting some protein in. I mean, like asleep. Not good. Gotcha. Getting food. Which is better for wrestling, strength, quarter squat? I mean, generally, the longer range of motion is going to give you better strength. There are certain sports we could talk about specificity with doing, partial squats. Has been argued for sprinting and things, but wrestling, no, you should probably be doing a full squat. It's going to put more muscle on you. More muscle is going to equal more size, more strength. Okay. The only reason quarter squats are used in some sports is because of joint angle specificity. Right? There's some potential carryover for things like for sprinting. Yeah, but you need to be bigger and stronger, right? Do you need your quads and glutes bigger? Would you ever think about trying BJJ? Not really, man. I'm not interested in doing fighting sports at this point. It's just not my thing. And who cares about the next big thing? I'm a long timer in this game, so the next big thing, who cares? Because there'll be another big thing when I get involved in it, when it's going to be another big thing in 5 years. All right. If I'm going to just try to catch the wave of the next big thing each time, you got to be ahead of the curve. Otherwise, you could waste 3 years of your life into something that just fades out. So, just my opinion. right, getting through this coffee quick though. Hey, Kasakis, but the fact of the matter is you should generally try to gain more muscle in your lower body for your wrestling. And a full squat's going to do that more. See, and that's the interesting thing, isn't it, Turtle? Right? People love to project their stuff onto other people, whether it's positive or negative. I've noticed that when people deal with YouTubers and stuff and figures online, things that they wish they had done, they project onto us. Right? Things that they hate about themselves, they project onto us. It's an interesting observation. In this case, it was you wish that you had been a grappler. So then someone you follow on YouTube, you project on them and go, you should try grappling. Right? But people do the same thing with things they hate about themselves. They'll project it also, good and the bad. Right? It's interesting observation. But see, it just clicked in your head. You realize that's why you made that suggestion, right? Because it was about you. So it really is about you, not about me. So maybe you should think about trying BJJ. Kasakis, do you not understand that building muscle is functional strength? CM, not only have I never used it, I've never heard of it. I haven't messed significantly with AI stuff. Right? Yeah, I honestly don't see AI truly being able to replace coaching. I really don't. Until AI becomes fully sentient robots and people who can communicate, who you can't tell the difference between a human being and their communication and their understanding of mindset and psychology and dealing with people. So essentially, the only way AI is ever going to coach, really effective coaching, would be for it to fully replicate a human being in all ways, thought process, interpersonal communication, all those things. And we're not there yet, in which case no one has a job. So, people say you're worried about it replacing coaching. Well, at that point, you need to worry about it replacing police officers. Like if it can replace coaches, AI can replace police officers, psychologists, medical doctors, surgeons, the person who collects your trash. It could replace literally everything at that point. But definitely any sort of administrative job or like all your whole law enforcement system could just be AI at that point. Now that sounds scary to people. Well, being coached by an AI should sound just as scary. But until we're at the point where it's capable of doing those jobs, there's no way it can coach. Kasakis, how about incline? How about flat bench and then incline bench? There you go. I mean, if you want some specificity. All right. If you want specificity, I might advocate for that. But here's the other thing. Why aren't you just building your entire body? For wrestling purposes, just gaining overall muscle and strength of your whole body could be very, very useful. And then maybe have a couple of exercises that are sport specific. Well, you clearly are not understanding how sports performance works. You talk about being a wrestler, but you don't have whole muscle groups you don't want to train because you're not feeling them. Not the best of approaches. So I want to gain size. What training plan? I don't know, dude. You're gonna need a lot more stuff. And this guy's just gonna spam here. And he probably doesn't speak English, unfortunately. What do you do? Yeah, there's not one specific training plan. It needs to be specific to your needs and what you have going on. Alrighty. We'll look at him go. So if he keeps doing it, I'll get rid of him. Because he copy pasted that out of a translator. What are your opinions on earthworms? I don't really understand your question. I can't really take that as a serious fitness question. Unless you're talking about eating them, there's other protein sources besides earthworms, man. Wouldn't you rather have a steak? Or some chicken or some Greek yogurt, instead of eating an earthworm? Yeah, just saying, dude. Just saying. This morning crowd is different. We'll just let Abdullah run here. You know what? It's engagements. Emmett says, does waking up 3 to 4 times a night to pee and drink some water affect sleep quality for muscle growth, providing you back to sleep? If your overall quality and REM sleep is disrupted, maybe. But if you're getting sufficient sleep still, it's probably okay. You have to look at it that way because sometimes you're going to get up and pee and get water. Now, what I wouldn't do, though, if you're worried about sleep disruption and you're getting up to pee, don't keep drinking more water in the night, right? I wouldn't recommend that because that is you're intentionally potentially disrupting your sleep quality. But if you drink a lot of water through the day and you happen to need to get up and pee in the night once, it's no big deal. It's not going to affect you. But if you're doing it 3 or 4 times and then you're re-drinking water, that is really not an ideal situation, man. Not an ideal situation. Okay. All right. So just quit drinking more water. If you're peeing 3 or 4 times in the night, you're clearly dehydrated. So, yeah, some stuff you got to just think these things through, right? See if this Abdullah guy asked me the same question in a second. Man, this coffee is up. Diablo says, what's up, Jason? I'm waking up. Just finished this big cup of coffee, though. Start my day. Be a bench press and chest and tricep day. Should I call off work? For what? Why? That just seems like a absolutely random question out of nowhere. No, man, I probably shouldn't call off work. You got bills to pay. All right. All right, then. So, hopefully I can get my phone charging. My main phone, I dropped it in the bath this morning. I took a hot bath when I got up and I accidentally dropped it in there. It's good though. But now I can't charge it. It's at 93%. Can't believe I did that. I've never done that before in my life. Fortunately, they're waterproof now. Remember when they weren't? It's my age showing. My age showing. All right. So I think it's time to wind this down. We need to get ready to go train before it gets later in a minute. Coach, I'm eating the same amount of foods and dropped 3 pounds this month. Definitely I'm later very visible six-pack. Maintaining or gaining strength on the main lifts is just too much. If you're gaining strength, I would say it's not. Right? No, it sounds like you're good. Other guy, do you have any advice to deal with coworkers that get annoyed when I follow my diet at work, saying no treats or other things? Tell them to deal with it. Who cares if they're annoyed? Like, they're not responsible for your physique or your goals. And they have to understand it doesn't matter if they're annoyed. It's irrelevant. Your goals are your goals. No, Turtle, I think it just beats you up, honestly. I'm not saying you don't get strong quick. You just get beat up. And it's not sustainable for most people long term. Diablo, well, I recommend only super, super slow bulks, by the way. Like, I'm talking half a kilo a month at the most. I don't advocate people do more than that mostly. I don't know how many calories you need to gain half a kilo a month. You have to start tracking, start eating, and then weigh yourself, assuming you actually want to bulk. So if you want to bulk, and you haven't been tracking calories, I mean, that's the first thing you should do is start tracking your calories. And whatever your maintenance is, probably add 100 calories to it when you want to bulk slowly. Roughly, your rough estimated thing, if you seem to be maintaining it around 3,200, then go to 3,300 roughly, right? And assess, and just watch a slow trickle up in scale weight. All right. Yeah, try 4,000. Well, I wish you good luck on that. If you get too fat, though, it's not my fault because I did not tell you to do that. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. Got to get a little more coffee in and get ready to train. So, hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.